Hey everybody, this is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. Are you thinking of dating? Are you thinking that you'd love to meet someone special? Well, I'm going to be sharing some tips with you that were directly from David Steele's relationship coaching book. Many years ago, I took some training with David Steele. I took some training called conscious dating, and I was able to be a dating coach, conscious dating coach. So I'm going to be sharing some of the tips that David Steele shares in his book, Conscious Dating. Now, there are 4 steps for conscious dating. If you are wanting to meet someone, there's step 1, which is scouting. Step 2, which is sorting. Step 3, which is screening, and step 4, which is testing. Now, let me explain each one of these steps. And while I'm explaining these steps, I want you to think about what you would do or where you would go, what questions you might ask in order to fulfill what you want, in order to find that right person for you. So step number 1 is scouting. Scouting is finding a place to meet people. So finding people to meet. A conscious single, David Steele says, scouts in high quality, closely aligned attraction venues and has an effective network support system. So scouting. He's talking about values, which suggest that you need to know what you want. It suggests that you need to know what your values are, what your relationship values are, what your partner's values may be. And then from there, thinking about where you could meet people, where you can meet potential partners. Now, this is step 1. Is coming up with a plan of where you can meet people. Examples are, some people go to the grocery store, maybe they value a healthy diet, so they will go to a greengrocer or local farmer's market, for example. Some people enjoy hikes, they will join a hiking club. This is an example of where you might scout for people to meet. Step number 2 is sorting. Quickly determining if someone you meet is someone that you would like to get to know. You initiate contact with people and you get enough information quickly and authentically to make a proactive decision and act on it by taking the next step or disengaging gracefully. And sorting really takes about 5 minutes or so. So you might meet a lot of different people. You might meet a lot of different men or a lot of different women. But how are you going to quickly determine if they do meet your initial qualifications, your values, for example? So that's part of sorting. And of course, when you work with a coach, you get down to very specific information. You will determine how you will sort your potential mates. And step number 3 is to screen. It's called screening. And this means that you're now getting more and more information, getting enough information, in fact, to determine if someone meets your requirements or not. You're assertive, you're patient, you keep your boundaries, you're realistic and practical, and you don't get involved with anyone who doesn't appear to meet all of your requirements. Screening can occur during an afternoon walk or a series of telephone calls or Zoom calls, depending on where you live, and emails, for example, over a week or 2. Now, the big tip here is aligning with your requirements, right? That meets your requirements. So it's really, really important to determine, what do you want? What are your requirements? And of course, when you work with a coach, a dating coach, a conscious dating coach, you are able to work through that and determine what is really your bottom line. What is truly important to you? What are some of the values, and what are some of those requirements and needs that you have? So step number 4 is the last step. It's called testing. Gaining experience and knowledge about the relationship and the potential partner to determine if they meet your requirements. In number 3, you're collecting the information, usually self-reported, so you might have been asking questions and they've responded to your questions. But number 4 is really about getting that experience, getting to experience the reality that your requirements would be met before you decide to become exclusive and enter a pre-committed relationship. This is important, and it could take maybe 2 weeks to 2 months, depending on the types of different activities you do and different conversations and different experiences that you go through with that person. So it could take a bit of time in which you consciously and patiently get to know your partner before becoming exclusive and emotionally invested, ready to disengage if the relationship isn't aligned with your vision and your requirements, as well as harder to quantify the criterion such as chemistry, fit, and intuition. So the testing piece is the last piece. I'll give you an example. If I want to meet someone who values family, perhaps I have children, I have young children, and I want them to value healthy relationships, and I want them to appreciate a full family life, because I want to get married and I want my partner to be able to love my children as much as I love them. I wouldn't introduce them to my children right away, but what I might do in order to test is go to a playground where there are children playing around. Go to, a baseball game where there are children playing baseball and children just hanging out with parents. That would be part of the testing. I would then be able to tell. Remember, I have already scouted. I've sorted. I think this person might be suitable. I've done a lot of screening, and now it's time to start testing. And if I notice that my friend, the guy that I've been dating, isn't comfortable around kids, doesn't seem to like kids, doesn't seem to have patience for kids, then that for me wouldn't be such a good match. It wouldn't be a good fit. And so this testing period can take some time, right? Can take some time. If family is really important and you want this person to fit in with your family, then inviting that person to a family gathering, for example, would be another way to test. So there you have it, the 4 steps for conscious dating. This is a work that's been done by David Steele, who's a relationship coach as well as a therapist. And he has a book called Conscious Dating. And I am a relationship coach. I was qualified to offer the Conscious Dating program. Now, if you do want more information on my services to help you along with the dating scene, please do go to my website and set up a meeting. We'll schedule some time and discuss how we can work together. Have yourself a great day. Bye now.